What is up, y'all? It is your host, Renny, and you're listening to another episode of the Call Me Crazy podcast.
Asia, like when he was doing the editing for the other podcast we're doing.
Yep.
Remember when we were Outcasts and Weirdos?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was pretty like stringent on just letting things kind of rock and just like still going over it and just taking a little this or that. But for the most part, just having like a clean cut intro, outro, you know what I mean? Not overdoing it.
But I'm not even trying to do that much for the visual aspect. It's really a podcast. The visual is just extra gravy.
Extra gravy.
Yeah.
And that song gravy.
That song gravy. I thought that the other day. That song gravy.
Yeah, man. We used to say that.
Is there any? Can I get you some water? Some more Reese's?
Oh my God, you're so nice. I have water.
Okay.
I don't leave the house without it. Like, cannot. When I see people driving around in a car all day, or I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they have no water, I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is your pee bright yellow? Like, are you good? Like,
Through a thing.
I wanted to hear how you intro like your shows. Like I want to hear like how do you
okay.
Yes.
So usually I start with like what series we're in. So right now we're in the Who Is Renny. Whatever. But usually I start off with saying what series we're in. So we're in the Who Is Renny series where I have family, friends, and strangers alike interview me. So I wanted to do that at this point in time because I felt like I had so much to say, but I didn't know when to say it. I was like, oh, it's not the right series for this. So I just kept like banking like solo episodes that I would do and just ideas. And so we got around the 40th episode and I was like, all right. Y'all don't know me. Like, I've been focused, and I love it, right? I've been talking to so many people. I've been meeting so many people. I have people in my email asking me to be on my podcast, like, full length. Like, I'm from California, and I'm a singer. My name is Jazz Hill. Like, shout out to Jazz Hill. Like, hello. It's so cool. So, you know, I've been focusing on other people, their businesses, their brands, their voice, their opinions, their thoughts, whatever it may be. And it's been amazing. But I feel like I'm just kind of more of a sounding board and I'll relate to what they're saying. But I'm not trying to steal the spotlight and fully go into an anecdote about my life. Yeah. So this is the time for that. Hello?
All right,
my name
now.
is Renny Hunter. Don't wear it out.
This is the time. So, like we just said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Who Is Renny series. All right, I am David Smith, aka Smitty D, and this is the magnificent, the wonderful, the incomparable Renny Hunter.
Oh my God, you're ready. No, I love it. We got a live studio audience. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Our one audience member.
Our singular.
I love it. So, intro, right? How we met.
Yeah.
So, as I recall, we were, well, in this exact building, actually.
Yes,
we
just
here.
not here. Holy crapola.
You were hosting a networking event, also for a mutual friend of ours. And I remember like talking to you for a few minutes, and I remember like being astounded like at first because I was like, okay, so you do everything like I do, but you do it by yourself though. How in the hell does that work exactly? Because I have a staff of 10 and that's beautiful. That's great. I could delegate and it looks good, but one person, Lord Jesus.
But that's also so hard because like, I feel like we were just talking about it off air with Brandon, like to delegate and to let go of control is kind of harder than to do. Like, I feel like it's harder than to do it. So I'm such a control freak. So that's why it's not easy for me to do it alone, but I'd rather do it alone because like if it's a fuck up, it's me. And if it's a win, it's me. And so I have been doing like collaborative efforts here and there and like leaning on people the past like 2-3 years, like just trying to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I've had interns in the past. So I do have help sometimes. Don't want to negate that. Like I have a beautiful support system. Some people who have always been there, but I grew up having so few resources. So it's not in my nature to ask and to lean on people, even if they say like, yo, I got you. I'm like, yeah, but like, you don't have to get me.
Exactly.
Like, I got me.
Yo, I totally, absolutely connect with that. Like, it was just, like having to build that trust with people. And
10.
also, yeah.
Congrats.
And, like that came out of nowhere too. Cause we were staff of 3 for the first few years of CG Studios, the multimedia company I run. Shout out. And CGE actually, I'm sorry.
No.
Sidebar of her real quick.
Bust out the cell phone. Do it. Hello?
So Creepy Gang, actually, that's the full name for CGE. It stands for Creepy Gang, I'm sorry. And it stands for Creating Reasonable Efforts, Enticing People Anywhere, Gaining Attention Nonstop Globally. I don't know if they can even see this.
They can.
Cool. Well, and so our mission is to serve the people, always to build something bigger than ourselves and what we see within this community, and like we knew we can really make it like a true impact and all that. So, that's my spiel on TG.
You are. I see your face everywhere.
Yeah, I mean.
Everywhere. Just the other day, you were like a 50-year-old man.
Oh yeah.
with like.
That's Coach. That's Coach Cletus now.
I felt like I fell down a rabbit hole of like a community I didn't even know about, like with that whole persona of yours. I was just like, wow, this runs deep.
Oh yeah. That character alone. I'm sorry, y'all, it's hot in here. It's just hot in this entire building.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that character is about 10 years old, right? And I started as an artist, and that was a music video I was shooting for, and we're doing like a basketball scene, and we needed a coach. And I'm like, you know what? I really would love to just be able to just like dress up, because that is really like my internal, like that's really me. Like Coach Cletus is me, like in my full form, like unhinged, like every I can be as rude as I want to be with him. I can be as raunchy as I want to be with him. I can be anything, I love it because, everything has to be politically correct these days. And, and as an executive, I have to uphold such a standard. And
isn't that hard?
To have that creative medium in between being an executive, yeah. Yeah,
like, especially being Black, I feel like. It's like, well, you don't want to be too Black, or you don't want to be too funny, or you don't want to be too loud because... Well, at least for me, in a lot of professional settings that I'm in, I'm a fly in the milk. So it's like they're already accepting me to be here. And it's not like I need to be in those spaces, but I have had clients of color. I have had white clients. Just historically, the white clients pay me more and they give me more hours. And they don't ask me for a discount. That's just historical for RH Collective, for me personally. So... however you want to view that, you can view it, but that's just how it's been for me. So it's very interesting teetering the line of being unhinged or unbothered, or like, the podcast is called Call Me Crazy because I'm reclaiming that. I've been called crazy my whole life.
I should have said that on the intro. That's my bad. I wish if we can edit that somehow. Hey, peoples, you know what I'm saying? Let's do that. Crew.
Yeah. Your people. You're the one with employees.
I'm not glad we got a crew back here. But I feel you. Absolutely.
So, I think what's special about the podcast is that the barrier to entry is not so easy as Instagram. So like you kind of have to sit through an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours to get to the juicy stuff, to get to the stuff that might be not brand friendly.
Okay.
So I just like that aspect of podcasts.
Okay. No, that's actually very makes me think. I'm sorry. Because being able to that's the thing with podcasts. Like I'm always a little bit nervous about, because I wouldn't say I just got no filter, but sometimes I'll say some shit. I'll say some shit, and it's not to be racist or prejudiced or I'm not racist. I gotta put disclaimers out, right? Because I feel like we all have those intrusive thoughts, and I think it's just sometimes it's really just comedically relieving when we can
I say them all the time.
And we can just say them
all the time.
You know, like I love when I can laugh at my white friends and they can just give me like a few good black
Right.
jokes, and it's just like, yes, like, you know,
Right.
thank you for feeling that comfortable with me where you can say a black joke and it's okay. Like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna, you know, bite your head off here.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I have more interview questions and you distracting me. I have a whole presentation here. Okay.
And these are surprisingly not that uncomfortable.
No, I'm chilling these.
I'm not bad.
Yeah. Could I do a whole like 8 hours, like, you know, like we used to do?
No.
Bless. No problem. Our last fan just left.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So sad. Well,
We're here still.
we are.
Now, I would love to ask, right? How do you best optimize your time with all the various fields you have? I know you said, you know, you got help and all that, and you know, you outsource, but like still juggling this. I just know from my perspective as well, juggling as many things as you juggle. And me even just going on your art collection site and just seeing all the various things you do. I mean, photography, modeling, digital marketing, media management, event planning and coordination. I mean, there's so many different aspects and layers to you. It's really crazy. And how do you optimize your days? Like, how do you juggle this? How do you keep this like structured and sane in your head? Because Lord, I need to know.
It's not all the time. It's really not that way all the time. I go through, and I've talked to my therapist about this, and you know, I actually posed a question to her recently, and I was like, do you think that if I lived outside of Connecticut, outside of the Northeast, right, and if I lived somewhere warm, do you think I would still have a seasonal depression? Or do you think it's so seasonal that if it was warm, my body would be tricked and be fine all year round? And she was like, well, you never know until you try. And I was like, well, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that. That's an interesting thought, because it's almost like I cyclically go into a depression and I can't talk to anyone and I don't get any new clients and I just do the bare minimum, and the only thing I can do during the day is like take the dogs out for 2 hours, go back in bed and just be paralyzed. So there's that.
Yeah.
But then there's like the spring and summer where I'm like doing 16-hour days and it feels like I'm high all day, but I'm not. And there's that.
Yeah, because I mean, you talk about me on Instagram. I mean, you are on Instagram, like you are at it. Like, I mean, post. Local link up here. I'm sorry, collection here.
I'm sorry, y'all. The smoke really got me. I was in the city when the when the air, and I'm already a smoker. I'm an asthmatic, so I was out there kind of dying, and it's lingering. So don't be alarmed.
Yeah, no, we good. We going.
Yeah, but go on. The local link up. Yeah.
Like between all those various things, you know, like just to see like. You be able to, like, when you are in your season, I can tell this is your season because Lord Jesus, like, I love it. Like, it's just, the work is just compounding upon itself. And now, in contrast, when you have the off season, right, and you don't feel necessarily there, what exactly are you telling yourself?
Oh, it's like a Mod Podge of things. It's like you're a piece of shit. Get up. At least take a shower. You fucking stink. Like, you know, I always say the easiest job I have is being the mother to my dogs. So I never sleep on them. Like, they eat at the same time every day. They go out for at least 2 hours. Rain, shine, you know, snow, sleet, hail, it don't matter. They're outside, you know, we are outside.
I love the fact that you brought them up because I had questions prepared for your dog. So you are an avid dog owner. And how many dogs do you own?
I own 2 lovely dogs. Yeah, they are my pride and joy.
What are their names and breeds?
So Sasha is my oldest. She is 9, or almost 9. I shouldn't age her. She's 8, almost 9. And she is a half Shar-Pei, half pug. She's 35 pounds. She's cute as fuck. She's my girl. She's just like me. Like, she is like, and I know people who aren't dog people would be like, all right. But guys, when I tell you this girl is just like me, like she is independent. She don't give a fuck about nobody. She, when we're on walks, she will go on her own and look up at the sky and then be like, where are these motherfuckers? Like, we are a mile ahead. Like, come on, girl. She's in her own world. She thinks, you know, it's her oyster, as it is. You know, me and Bo are just at her service pretty much. So that's Sasha. And then Bo.
It's like,
all right, hello. Bo is 3, and he is half Shar-Pei, half Beagle. He is, you know, Beagles are very loyal. He is a mama's boy. Like when I tell you, shits with me, sleeps with me, smokes with me. You know, if he could do everything with me, Lord bless him, he would. Like, he would do it all with me. I mean, we've slept on a boat for 3 days together, like an unfinished boat, like slept on the roof. Like, he's my road dog for sure. Like, I wouldn't put Sasha in no situation like that. She'd be like, are y'all for real?
let's get out over here.
Right. Like, we had to swim the whole time. Like, the boat was so big that it couldn't go to shore. So, like, gotta go to the bathroom. You swim in the shore or you pissing in the water. Like, you have to, I don't know, you just don't want to be on water. You don't want to be swaying for a little bit. You're swimming. So, like, we would have both of the dogs, was my homegirl's dog and my dog, Bo, in life jackets. Because it would get to a point where we would be, like, all on, like, floaties or, you know, whatever, and just, like, drinking in the water. And it's like the dogs can't pedal no more. Like, they just need to bob.
Just float real quick. Yeah. Dang. Okay. Nah, that's. I'm like, I know you can dive a little further in this story too. Like, that sounds pretty interesting. Man.
Oh yeah, that was that was interesting. Especially because of who I was with and what I was doing and what I saw out there. So, I was with my homegirl Nicole. She is white. I was with her white boyfriend and now her husband Tom, and we were with their golden retriever. So like Fairfield County packaged up in one, right? And then it's me and Bo. And when I used to nanny and I would like get a client in the winter and I'd show up in a flannel like this and pants, kids would love me, parents would love me. I would come back in the summer with a tank top and they'd be like, oh, hi, Renny, and just scanning my body for every tattoo I've ever had on me. So like I stand out already, but we were in a really white part of Pennsylvania, which is where we were leaving from. And we went to Maryland, but like a really white part of Maryland. And then everything in between was like very white. So like I was...
We're talking like Amish white? Or
no,
like,
because these are boaters. So they're like Trump white.
Okay.
So like I have a video of me that like I didn't even realize until the next day. But I'm like, me and Nicole, I'm gonna just show you. Me and Nicole are like swimming. And I didn't notice like there's a whole Trump behind me. What? No, don't subject me to that.
So you was like on the boat, like
right. And then I was like,
let's see. Yeah. Trump 2024.
Who's out here doing TikTok? Can you believe they're about to lynch me? Off the boat, little dinghy.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, listen, if we were doing dance moves, it'd be a TikTok.
Yo.
Listen.
We're doing dance moves. Yo, that's funny. Yo.
That was a trip. So I got another side story from this story. I got Bo's life jacket at the time from Chewy. It was a U.S. Army life jacket. Cute as fuck, right? This is what it was, you know, cute. Everyone thought I was active military. I was like, all right. I'm like,
Start getting the treatment, yeah.
Thank
you for your service.
Right. Because basic training is not no game. So I wouldn't make it. But thank you for feeling like I could.
Even believing.
Even believing. And that my dog is, you know, repping the set. Okay, last thing about this trip. Okay, I'm drunk. Okay.
Oh my God.
Is that turtle? Okay. Oh yeah, it looks like a Komodo.
It's an otter, I think.
That's an otter. I'm like, why it look like a dragon? I look like a dragon.
Look at me trying to whistle.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I need this.
No, you have to see this phone. This one is the drunk. Is the really drunk.
Oh my God, we thought we had a third dog. We thought we had a third dog. You're not. An otter? No, it's not an otter. Oh my God.
Ew, it looks so violent.
Yeah, like what? That should look crazy.
How did they not notice?
Look at them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Patrol, Paw Patrol, right there.
They don't even notice him.
Look at him. He's trying to. He's moving fast for his breed. I feel like, or whatever the fuck this thing is. He's moving fast.
Yeah.
What is that called? It's not an otter.
No.
I know. It's what is? Not a raccoon. No, it's like it's the in between.
I'm trying to.
I think I say it.
Beaver?
Beaver.
There we go.
My weak ass whistle.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Come on, baby.
Yes.
It's a beaver.
There we go. It's a beaver.
Can't say it.
There we go.
Bobby's like making friends with a beaver.
Oh, what do I say? Like, what? Like,
Bo.
Oh, they was trying to.
Bo. Come on, baby.
That's just messing with me.
Bo.
terrible. My whistle is so weak. And cheating.
Stop playing with the beaver.
Like, does he have rabies?
Like
he looks like he belongs in a sewer. I'm
big old
sorry. Like, he looks like...
That's about a New York rat right there.
Come on.
Terrible. Terrible. What a trip, though.
I was gonna also ask. It's another one of my questions. How has being a dog owner? How has the lessons in being a dog owner actually like translated into other facets of your life?
Oh my God. I feel like I was born for motherhood. Like, that's my supreme job in this life, is to like love on and dote on people in a motherly way, like whether that's my partner or my little cousins or my siblings or, you know, my dogs or my mother or my godfather, whoever it is. Like, I feel like I'm very motherly to people, like no matter how old you are or what you think you can handle for yourself. Like, I know I can get you something that you need and you wouldn't have gotten for yourself, or I don't know, I just love like being there for people physically, but also like, I don't know, I just like treat other people the way I want to be treated. Like, I like, if someone like saw flowers and got flowers for me, like I literally cry. Like, and that wasn't me. I grew up really tough and like never crying and never shedding a tear. But like now, especially, and I love to always give, because it's just like, I know what that feels like on the receiving end. So it's like kind of like a giddy thing to be like, I know how that's gonna feel. And it's so small, but it like goes a long way.
Absolutely. Wow, that's great. And that's just owning those dogs and just being, you know, already in that environment of taking care of them 24/7, like you said. Like, even when you're in your depressive state or in a state of like, you know, don't want to work. Either way, these dogs need me, you know. No matter how I'm feeling, I got to get up and do what I got to do for them. So it kind of keeps you in a certain perspective still, you know.
I've been homeless with them. I've been homeless because of them. I've had places to stay in times of need, but you know, dog regulations, especially in Connecticut when it comes to apartments and stuff, is like really strict. So I had a lot of people being a support to me and was just like, you just can't have the dogs. And I was like, well,
I'm out of here. Fuck it. Yeah.
Like, you know, couch is better than my car with my dogs or a hotel with my dogs or whatever it had to be for that time. We moved 11 times in 7 months. I had to give up my cat because you can't have a litter box in a car.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can only imagine.
We went to so many parks, dude. So many parks. Westchester, Wilton, like places I've never been in Connecticut. Just Airbnbs after Airbnbs. I didn't have enough money for a security deposit, but like I had enough money so we could stay in Airbnbs and like not be in like a motel. So like we would stay like 2-3 days and then have to move because I like need to wait for my next check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got real, but you guys stuck together throughout those times.
Yeah, I potty trained both of those times. I feel so bad for that boy, but yeah, because you know, dogs thrive off a routine and just a sense of stability. So you give that to them, and you give it to them right, you know, they'll be damn near perfect dogs. But not a lot of people understand that.
Yeah, so 11 times moving in 7 months. That messes the routine.
He took potty training. It took him a really long time, and he still has accidents here and there. And I literally don't fault him for it because I couldn't even imagine trying to pick that up. You know, we were in an apartment building in Stanford one day, like on the 40th floor, and then we're, you know, in Wilton in someone's guest house, and then we're in Greenwich on a busy ass street in an apartment building. So, you know, yeah, poor boy. Poor boy.
Yeah, been through it, but hey.
Made it out the
You know what I'm
other
saying?
side. They got $100 fucking dry food bags, so they are.
Yeah. And moved on up.
Yeah.
Love that. God bless. So, I have another question also. Kind of funny even hearing what you were saying before too, about the weather and all that. I was going to say, like, what's one thing you love about Connecticut?
The nature, the abundant nature. I grew up in New York, the concrete jungle. So I was born in Manhattan, and when I was a baby, we lived there for a little bit, and then quickly thereafter, we moved to Queens. So I'm from Queens.
Okay.
So yep, that's where I grew up, and then I moved to Stanford, and that was not my first introduction to Connecticut. My mom had a boyfriend who lived in Darien, and so that was my first introduction to Connecticut. Very white, country clubs, crazy mansions, the Cross. Just trying to think of things. Uncle's Deli. What else? Just, yeah, the melting pot. A lot of things that aren't even there anymore. But yeah, so the abundant nature, and like that's why people always ask, like, you know, what's happening down there? You get so many clients, like you get so much money, da da da. Bro, I can't get my peace. Like, I can't do city life. That's why I don't live in Bridgeport. Like, that's why I don't live in Stanford.
Yeah, I live here now.
That's why I don't live in a lot of places that I actually love coming to and love visiting and like remind me of places that I'm from. But I just like I cannot live there. It's just too, I tried to go through Stanford the other day to get to Target. And I'm like, bro, is this New York City? Like, it's Stanford. Like, where did all these buildings come from? Where did all these people come from? Like, they came from the city, but, yeah, it's crazy.
And I live in Bridgeport, and I swear I got like a New York apartment. Like, you know, I try to be hospitable.
Wait. Is it where you be jumping rope?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he on the block with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you literally look like you're in the Bronx.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like the whole fire escape. Why do you have a fire escape?
Exactly. You know what I mean? But and why are the people like? It's literally like its own little.
But it's the filter and the song that you be putting with it. I'm like, all right.
You know, I'm like, hey, we get it how we gotta get it, no matter what. I don't care where we at, and like, and that's the thing too, because you know how you were saying like seasonal depression on that, and I feel like me not being in the gym for a little bit, not boxing, not skipping rope, like it was really like fucking with me and really like getting me out of whack. I'm a super creature of habit and routine.
Yeah.
And so I moved out of the spot I was at. I was homeless for like 5 weeks actually too. I was sleeping out of my office. Yeah. And so I had to then find this spot with one of my staff members, their brother, move with him. And yeah, and now I'm here. And it's like, even with all the things you may have and all the things, you know, it may look good on the gram. I like being transparent. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm very real with it. Like, look, you can have 3, 4, 5 businesses and they can be doing well and you can still be struggling. Like, entrepreneurship, people need to really understand how crazy that shit is.
I want to say something on here real quick. My father the other day, and like we don't have to get into that, but like If y'all know, you know. My father the other day told me, Renny, with you and your thriving business. Hold up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to roll out the red carpet or like give me a newspaper with a headline because I wasn't aware.
Yeah, you know, like.
Because I'm in the red. In the ox blood of red. Like the darkest, deepest, vampiric, blood-sucking red.
You know, this has turned into a therapy session, really, because I don't even forget everybody else because now we really get into it now. Like, we just, because, you know what I mean? I'm talking about stuff, hey, I don't even usually talk about. I'm usually very conservative, but I'm opening up on this episode here, so, you know, but yeah, like, the red, we want to talk about the red, like, and people look at gang poetry and what we've done on that, and they see the events, and like, oh yeah, you guys got to be making some type of...
No. It's the fact, it's the calculating the ticket price to how many people in the room, baby. It don't matter. It don't matter. Y'all paid $10 to get in, boy. What you think we walking away with? I'm walking away with negative 7,500.
Come on now, like, what do you think? All the promotion, the marketing, even getting the venue, the poets, this and that. What do you think? Like, you know, sorry.
Time is money.
Yeah, no, and this is the real thing about business. Like, everybody wants to glamorize on Instagram, and I can tell this is going to be the cut right here. You put this on the reel right here. Everybody wants to glamorize business, and it's okay to be, you know, a regular 9 to 5 or 2, you know, and do whatever you're doing. All I'm saying is diversify your portfolio.
All right, glamorization. GLAMOUSA. Okay.
So yeah, like the glamorization of business, and like I see everybody podcasting too, and like, you know, and everybody wants to look like they know everything and they got the answer sway and all this, and like, I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. We are all very confused here.
Red pill.
We are all figuring it out step by step. Do you know what the definition of success is?
I feel like there's layers for me, but people also tell me I can never answer a question straight, which is true.
So answer this straight.
Oh gosh.
What is your definition of success?
When everyone has what they need without any struggle.
I like that. Now, my definition of success, I got this from Earl Nightingale, shout out to him. It is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You are already successful, no matter how red you are. You know, at the end of the day, you have manifested so much, you know, out of that one initial idea you had, out of that one creative thought you had, and you transformed it, and you took that energy and you transferred it into other people, and they felt it, and now your thriving business, you know?
Yeah.
Because it really is. That's the thing. No matter what the dollar amount is talking, because you can have $100 million sweatshop with no ethics, no morals, no compass, no anything. I got 100 million though, cool, but like, what do you stand for? If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, you know?
Ooh.
So
say it again.
If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
Whoa.
Like, you know? So I just want people to understand that this is a freaking process. 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years, and then after those first years, the next 95% fail. Like, it is.
The odds is not in our favor.
Just this year alone, the only focus I really have is staying in the green. Because with taxes and the tax implications, you know, after 4 years, you can't keep taking loss. You can't keep taking loss on your tax. So they always talk about write-offs. You'll see the podcast people, oh yeah, you get your business, you get an LLC and just write off everything and all that. Yeah, that's cool, but the business still has to make money. You still have to make money. You still have to show that you make money. You can't write everything off.
You can't just expense everything and then not bring nothing.
Yeah. No.
Or not bring anything close to.
If you're making money, you're paying taxes. Let's understand that, you know? So I would love more like understanding and transparency and like financial literacy amongst our people, and just not glamorizing entrepreneurship the way it is. Like, I suggest everybody go find their passion and monetize it and turn it into something, you know, large scale. You know, well,
I don't think it's for everyone.
It isn't for everyone. I just because financial freedom. At the end of the day, I'm all about financial freedom. And so in order to attain financial freedom, you need bags. You need multiple bags. How many things you do now? Right. Modeling, photography, media management, event planning. You need all of those bags. Yeah. You do. And you need to diversify yourself. And you need to be able to delegate as well and have, a team that assists in it. Like, that's just the key. Like, it's not about, everybody should have a Fortune 500 company or everybody should be a 9-to-5 worker. No. Even a 9-to-5 worker, I would still tell them, hey, take your 401k, go leverage it into some real estate or something. Go check your credit score. Go get you a 3.5% FHA loan and
check your credit score. I hope they doing that much.
And check all 3 bureaus, please.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, it's also because like there's a fear around money, and I also I grew up with that where it's just like just swipe it. Asians too, bro. And
because you're mixed, correct?
Yeah. So it's just like, just swipe it. Listen, you can't take nothing with you when you die. Like, come on. Girl.
First of all, you got the craziest mix. You're black and Asian.
Yeah. The kid. What about the kids? No, you leaving the kids, the house that's falling apart, the whatever. We don't even got a house to have falling apart, but yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And at the end of the day, I'm Jamaican.
Okay.
And so Jamaicans, we are cheap enough, and I got to spend nothing. I want to spend a bare thing. So dealing with that, I was always like, look it, always had a single mother, and 4 sisters, and it was like, look it, I was like the baby boy, but I was still a man. So, and having to deal with that, it's like, bro, nothing's going to be given to you. Nobody, no handouts, nothing. And at the end of the day, the biggest lesson I learned from that too was also like from being an artist, because I started writing music at 10, recording at 13, doing my own shows at 14. Wow. Toes Placed twice by 15.
Toes Placed twice by 15. Yeah. Now, big city, big time.
But I did over 100 shows, opened up for Playboy Cardi, Remy Ma, Freeway, Reg. Remy Ma, yeah. I got a picture with her here, and even with all of that, I didn't have any PR. I didn't have a publicist. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have anything. I was booking my own shows. I was investing my own dollar. I got Big Mike DeRuler, who was French Montana's DJ at the time. Got him on my mixtape, but that's me paying it.
Yeah.
I need a butcher. Even any of the other features I got in this, you got to invest. And that's not easy. And everybody's like, oh, you're a local rapper, ha, ha, ha. And it's, yes, okay, yeah, you can laugh. It's cool, it's fine. But like a lot of these people, like the people who do take their craft seriously from when they were children and going on to adulthood, you're still handling your business on a 9-to-5 daily basis and still having to invest in this dream of yours. And then you have to like in my circumstance, have to pivot. You have to now progress and evolve upon it. You can't just say, okay, I'm just gonna rap all day and somebody just gonna pick me up in a no, brother. You have to be your own boss. Right. You have to create your own company. Yeah. You have to learn what it is that they even do. You need to understand publishing, masters, everything. So no matter what your craft is, whether it's music, this or that, all that multimedia, doesn't matter. You just have to give 150 million%. You really have to dedicate yourself. And I'm sorry, I could rant on forever. I know you only got so much footage, So I wanted to ask you, I'm like, well.
Oh my God, this smoker's cough. I can't. Go ahead.
I was about to say, do you have any other questions for me? Because I know this is me interviewing you, but I just want to make sure I got everything out and clear because, this is the Call Me Crazy podcast. This is still hers now. I know I took over for this episode and all that, ladies and gentlemen, but this is still, the queen herself. Okay.
Wow. I'm soaking a lot in real time. But you're very impressive. You've come a long way. You've come a long way. But I think too, that
pain is
but also like, and I don't ever want to disrespect anyone's religion or beliefs, but I do have like qualms when people, let Jesus take the wheel or like, let go and let God or any of those where it just seems like it's not in our hands.
Prayer without work is dead.
Because like there are some believers that just think that like God will have you, and while I'm not going to be the one to say that your God won't have you, actions like are gonna take you farther than anything. And like, I'm not saying that praying is a bad thing. I pray in my own way. I feel like manifestation and speaking to my ancestors and my angels, that's a form of praying to me. I don't particularly pray to God, but that's how I do it. So I'm not yucking anyone's yum for sure. I think there's validity to everything. I also think whatever helps you get through the day is what you need to do. But I do think there's like, you know, even though I don't know how this earth is floating and how anything happens with the witch or the Big Bang, I don't know. But I do know that it is in my control. And I do know that like there is proof that it is in my control, and it's not luck and it's not a God. It's me.
What's the definition of luck?
I don't know. What is the definition of luck? Like by happenstance? Like just like...
Well, it's just preparation meeting opportunity.
Right.
Luck is all luck is preparation meeting opportunity. You were prepared for the moment. So people are going to say, oh, you were lucky. Not saying the 10,000 hours you put, you know, by yourself into the craft and to even meet that certain person that now helps you get to that next plateau. Now I was prepared for this moment.
Right.
You know? So that's
hard.
You know. But yeah, no, this was amazing. I really like this. This is like half of a therapy session too, because you know, got to know a lot more about you, got to know more about me. I want to do this again.
Yeah, we should definitely do this again. There's like about 5 different rooms, so.
Yeah, you know, and it's like I'm just a ranter. I could just.
Yeah, no, I could go. I could go.
And I just love to, you know, obviously hear more and for the people to dive deeper into your story, because as you said, you know, the other episodes, it's more so catered towards you diving into them, but we need to dissect more of Renny still.
Yeah, there's so much, and I feel like I was actually telling a person that I'm talking to. I was telling him today, I was like, he was like, you record everything you do. Like, he could tell it's not for him. Like, he can tell this is what I do on the regular. I'm just like, you know, passing it along, right? So, he was like, how do you have this much storage? And I was like, you don't even want to know how much money I spent on physical storage units and, you know, digital storage. External, internal, all of the.
It gets pricey.
Yeah. I grew up in a time where like backing up wasn't really. There was really like, I mean, I don't know where he was backing it up, but it wasn't sticking, right? So like I used to record myself all the time, but I have none of that footage. So like now, especially when I have kids, it's gonna be backed up on 2 hard drives, like never going nowhere.
3 clouds.
Like, hello. So that's why I'm like super just anal, and I just record everything. And I don't know. I was having this debate with a girlfriend of mine. We were in DC, and she was like, have this viral video, it's got like a couple million views, and there's like some hateful comments in there talking about, you know, like she's doing it for the clout, she's doing it for the views, and like just taking the moment. And it's like, for me, I could take out my phone, literally be like this, my eyes are like this on the moment. I put down the phone and I call it a night. I got my content, I got what I needed, and I'm about to enjoy the hell out of this night that's 3 hours. You saw 20 seconds. You think you special?
Yeah.
You think it really consumes my whole life? No, I just know I could use this one day. And if I can't, I can look back at it with myself, with my kids, with whomever.
You don't get that time back, you know, like we're going to look like this only one time.
Right.
You know, at one point.
It's going so fast, I can't even keep up. Like, I don't even know what I did today. So, like, most of the time, I'm filling my planner out after the fact and being like, yo, what did I do? And looking at my camera roll. And, like, I'll take a dumb picture at the dog park just so I'm like, okay, I was at the dog park from this time to this time. Just so I know what the fuck I did, because these days be passing.
But that's exactly why I asked, because I'm like, girl, how do you even keep this... How do you even structure all this sometimes? You know, like I don't know, because I see it for myself, and now in my situation, I just know how hectic and crazy it can get on a daily basis.
Blink, blink.
Yeah,
Like, what's that? Like, ding, ding. Like,
yeah. You can't even, it's hard to even soak in sometimes, like the things you're doing and like the accomplishments and...
I went to Africa in August. I still haven't cried. Like, dead ass. Like, I cried there, obviously. Like, I was throwing up, I was crying, I was doing I was purging. But after the fact, like coming home, like I thought I was gonna have like a come home moment, like cry, like, you know, I cried seeing my dogs, but that usually happens as of lately. I was gone for like 7-8 days. But yeah, like I feel like I need to go somewhere. I need to go somewhere, and I've never taken a vacation that I haven't worked on, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing because I've always taken my work with me. I've never felt like I missed out. I've never felt like I couldn't be there for my clients. I've never felt like I couldn't edit a video. I've never felt like I couldn't send an email. I couldn't.
It's still right there, yeah.
Still right there. Even if I'm taking a 5-hour break on a day where I usually would have worked 10, like I can still, it's still right there, right? So, but I think I need I don't know why I'm whispering, but I think I need a real vacation where I put her away.
Yeah. And really actually just go 0 dark 30 for a little bit and just...
That really scares me though.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this day and age.
I've never sent an out of the office message. It's always like, I'm so sorry, I was violently ill for 3 days, I'm back. Like...
Yeah, well, we got to automate that. Yeah, we got to get that going. Get the voicemail popping, get the do not disturb going, and yeah.
I need to go somewhere, guys.
Comment where she should go, you know, the next vacation, next destination spot, please.
Somewhere where, and I feel like this is very achievable because I don't even want, like, I'm not going to go, maybe I'll go out one night downtown or whatever it is, like, let's say it's Puerto Rico, like downtown San Juan, like, go out one night, but like, I just want to literally melt into like a not a recliner, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Elsewhere.
Yeah, just like a chair of some sort.
On an island somewhere.
Oh, if I could bring my dogs, that'd be dope. Like maybe like Maine. I'm not even trying to go that far, bro. Like I just need a body of water. I need my dogs. I need weed.
A dope cabin, yeah.
That's it. Like
Yeah, nice
maybe a
cabin.
man.
Maybe.
Like or just a gun.
Oh. Can't tap the mic.
Yeah. But this is very enjoyable. You did such a good job.
Oh, thank you. That's what we do, huh?
Every time I see you for like 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, I wish it was longer. But like, it's always in the middle of like a crazy,
Yeah.
It's always like a.
Honestly, yeah, no. Both of our lives right now are spiraling in some crazy directions, and I'm proud of us.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm proud of us for making it here. Like.
Yes. You know. There we go. Because, like, it is so crucial to just stay in the moment. I know you were just saying it, like, for real. I keep reminding myself, and that's why I just took that second to, like, even think about it, because I'm like, yo, this shit is short, and it's real, like, and people are really dying every day, and it's like, it's really, like, we are really going through some traumatizing times, and, like, for us to be even... Like, our heads are still on right now. Like,
on a damn swivel, let me tell you.
Yeah, at the very least. But it's like, you know, it's just, thank your creator. Whoever
yours is, really shouts out to them because my goodness. Yeah. Even Brandon was saying too, like before we got on the air, it's just like, y'all had such a successful event. And then it's like, all right, well, get your bootstraps on, Johnny. We going. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly. Keep going. It's like positive discontent. Like you just got to keep going.
You want no? It's like
you can't even. Exactly. Like, man, you can't even stop the smell of roses. Like
it's true.
So
we need a vacate. Oh my God. We need a vacate in my mind. Over myself saying we need a vacay. I'm like, that's what I need to do. I need to make a retreat for people. For creatives. You know? I need to make a retreat. I need to. Okay, it's set in stone, so I'm gonna do that. But
are you a creative? Are you burnt out?
Right.
Well, come on to this retreat.
literally though.
Come on down to our new oasis. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do this.
I will.
I'll be the spokesperson. I'll do the commercial.
Right. Yes.
Can I have one of those mics with like the long, like,
Coach?
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Coach could do it. You know what I'm saying? Coach.
No, we need a split screen where it's you and Coach.
Yes. Yes. Because I need.
Yeah, you need that moment. I'm reserving that moment.
Please.
Sorry.
No, that's cool. That's fine. I need some help making that moment happen
Yeah.
because, you know, I need to have a convo with Coach because.
Cause like I don't think Coach knows too much about being a creative, you know. But like you could talk about
Coach.
that.
Coach knows about being a player.
Okay.
Coach knows about X's and
The
O's.
leg spread as you start talking about him is fucking wild. The adjustment. Oh my God, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because I started talking about some ism, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he can't dance, he just got a little rhythmism, you understand? But Coach, he's a player, he's a motivator, he's a, you know, he's a speaker, he's an activist, teacher, a preacher, an activist. You know, he is your father, your brother, your best friend. You know, you're the one you confide to, the one you can ride to. You know, it's like it's like, hey man,
say man.
You know, he's a different breed now. I'm just trying to tell you. You know, I ain't talking fast. You just listening slow. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Pure ism. This is too much ism for one episode. Call Me Crazy Podcast, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My name is David Smith.
I'm about to die.
Yeah, and that's Renny Hunter.
Yeah, you got me to the death. Oh my God. We
We
did that.
We are here.
We did that. Wow.
Didn't we?
8:55. Wow, not bad. Usually going to sleep at this time,
No, literally, because I wake up at 4 a.m. for work, but.
Oh.